Stephen's joining us on set, so it must be time for business. He's been looking at Bitcoin. It's really soared in value. This is after attracting a new fan, Stephen.
It's the electric car maker Tesla, which has given the cryptocurrency its biggest corporate endorsement yet by announcing the company was buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's an investment that was signed off by Tesla's board, but its founder, Elon Musk, has been an advocate for the digital currency for some time, despite warnings over its volatility. Perhaps even more significantly, Tesla says it will start accepting Bitcoin as payment for its cars on what it calls a limited basis.
Why is that important then?
This is a boost to those who see Bitcoin as a currency that they can use as a method of payment for goods and services, as opposed to just somewhere to put their money. Now, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, let's remind ourselves, why not? So it's a currency that exists only digitally. It's stored in online wallets. It's not regulated or run by a central authority in the way that currencies like the dollar or the euro are. And although we call it a currency, it's still not that widely accepted as payment. And most people invest in Bitcoin to make money rather than to use it to pay for other things. And that's why it's referred to by many, including the ECB chief Christine Lagarde, as a speculative asset rather than a currency.
So what does it all mean then for the price of Bitcoin?
Well, essentially, for some investors, increasing acceptance of Bitcoin as a form of payment by companies like Tesla helps to boost confidence in it. Now, whilst price swings have been part of Bitcoin's history, this graph gives us an idea of what's happened just over the past 3 months. In December, a Bitcoin was worth less than $20,000. It more than doubled in value to over $40,000 in January. The Tesla news has boosted it again. According to the website CoinDesk, Bitcoin is now trading at over $47,000. That's up over 20% in the past 24 hours. Now, it has seen slumps as well as these surges in the past, so many investors still remain quite cautious about it.
OK, let's move on. I'm going to look at the markets for you now, Stephen.
It's a mixed start to the European trading day, despite a record finish on Wall Street on Monday. London and Frankfurt both trading down, Paris trading up. Shares in the oil company Total up 2.7% in Paris at the open. That's after their latest results, despite posting a net loss of $7.2 billion for 2020. In Asia, the Nikkei in Tokyo hit its highest level in 30 years. Chinese markets also boosted by a spending spree before the New Year break, which starts on Thursday.
Here in France, this is a boardroom battle now over the waste and water giant Suez.
Suez is fighting a hostile takeover attempt from its rival Veolia. It's launched a legal challenge to the bid. The French finance minister says he's asked the financial markets regulator to examine the matter as well. Erin Ogunkeye reports.
Behind seemingly innocent French faucets, an increasingly bitter war between water and waste rivals as the takeover bid between Veolia and Suez turned sour. On Monday, Veolia vowed to push forward with the effort to purchase its smaller rival despite the latter's resistance, setting off a series of tit-for-tat maneuvers.
Nous avons un désaccord de fond et puis après sur la forme, la façon dont cette opération a été lancée depuis le début, en fait essaye de faire un passage en force pour prendre la possession de Suez et ce à quoi nous opposons pour éviter le démantèlement de notre entreprise.
Veolia bought a 29.9% stake in Suez last October, originally vowing to keep the transactions friendly. Sidestepping the board, it has now gone directly to its arch-rival shareholders, offering to buy the remaining 70% of Suez for €18 per share, which would put the company's total value at €11.3 billion. The water and waste giant argues a merger with Suez would help them compete internationally.
Aucun de ces deux groupes n'est parvenu à faire le tour du monde. Ils ont pris certaines zones, l'autre a pris d'autres zones. Et clairement, ce mariage a vocation à étendre ce territoire et à faire ce maillage sur tous les continents.
Raising fears of job losses, Suez has rejected the takeover attempts, insisting Veolia's decision to go hostile contradicts prior commitments. Hoping to avoid what he described as an all-out war, French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire has called on France's market regulator to examine Veolia's offer.
Now, finally, from Stephen, the value of Reddit. It's jumped after its central role in the recent Wall Street trading frenzy there.
It was the Wall Street Bets forum on Reddit's website that was used to whip up support for companies like
shows that we can
GameStop.
build high
The company
quality-
raised $250 million in new funding, and that put its value at $6 billion, double the last time the company raised money in 2019. Now, even before the latest Wall Street trading frenzy, advertising revenue for Reddit had shot up by 90% in the last 3 months of the year. I think we could be hearing perhaps much more from Reddit in the future.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Stephen Carroll with Business of France 24.